Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, we're going to go over the radio setup on the X-Fly P-68. Alright, back and good. Okay, you're going to model select. You got your new model there. You already named it. Okay, then you're going to go to model type. That's the model. You're going to go yes. Okay, then you're going to go to model name. Okay, you're going to name it. I've already named it. Okay, then you're going to click. This is how you're going to collect or select wing normal. Go next. Then you go down here to image. This is where I like to pick something that looks like that. All right. Now see, I picked a new model. Oh, okay, so I lost my name. So we're going to go back and gotta go back and pick them the name. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, pick the name, and I'm going to go right. Right on F type, so we can already go back here, and we've already bound it. Okay. Now, if you wanted to bind it, like say you didn't have it bound, you would go in there and push the bind button, get it flashing, and then you'd come down here to bind, and then you go through that process and bind, and it would say bound, and that's all you would do to bind it. And once you've got hear the thing really moving. All right. Now, what the book calls for 80% with a throws for a low rate and a high rate of 100%. So let's go ahead and do our rates in Expo. And I like using my G switch for my rates. I know it's a 3-position switch, but that's okay. I'm just going to make 2 rates, and I'm going to go to G. And I like high rates with the switch closest to me. That's the highest position, so towards me, which is where it's at now. In other words, it's position 2. See, watch when I go to the lower positions. Watch what happens. Okay, so I'm going to do it in the high rate. It says 100% for high. All right, well, it's already at 100%, so I'm going to pick 30% expo. That's just what I like. I like 30% expo on almost everything. Okay, and you have to do this. All right, now I'm going to take the switch and I'm going to put it in the middle position. Notice how the values change because I haven't changed them. And I'm going to do a mid rate because I'm going to use all 3 parts. Okay, all three positions of the switch. And I'm going to do 90 with 30% expo. Okay, then I'm going to put the position in the furthest switch down, or my low position. See, all the way down. If you notice, it changed again. And we'll back up here. Oh, well, let's go ahead and, since that's highlighted, I'll go ahead and change that to 30%. I'll go in here. I'm going to take that down to 80. My roller is so sensitive. Okay, so taking my position, my switch, I'm going to go all the way up to the middle to 90, and then all the way up towards me, or high rate. Therefore, high rate's 100, mid rate 90, low rate is 80. All right, now you would say, well, that's great for aileron. So you're going to pick. Now you're going to go up here to aileron, and now you're going to go to elevator. Okay, so the first thing you got to do is pick that switch. Well, I like G for everything, and I'm already in the low position right now, so I'm going to go up here to take that down to 80. Take 30% expo, put it in the middle position. Notice how it changed down here. Since I'm already there, I'm going to put that at 30. And then I'll take this down to 90. Then I'll pull it to the high position, leave it at 100, take my expo, and move, well, get on there, and change that to 30. Okay. Now it says 100. It says the same rate configuration on rudder. For me personally, I want to leave the rudder alone. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch on to rudder. All right, and the only thing I'm going to leave it on switch on, that way it's going to be the same set value for the switch for the rudder no matter what. And I'm just going to go down here and put in 30% expo. All right, so let's back up a little bit. And then you can see what those rates look like. Okay. You should be able to see all parts of the plane. Okay, we're going to start with our high rates. That's 100%, 30% expo on the ailerons. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. And the rudder is 100%, 30% expo no matter what. Okay, here's mid rates. Mid rates with 80% or 90%. Same thing with the elevator. Rudder's 100%. Low rates on their ailerons, 80%, 80% elevator, and of course still the 100% with 30% expo all the way around. All right, now we've done that. Let me show you how to set, which I've already done this, but I'll just go ahead and show you how to do it. How to set a throttle cut. Okay, here in your function bar, you're looking for throttle cut, and all you have to do, get on a switch. Actually, I haven't done it. Highlight it and then pick the switch you want. I like H. Okay, since it was highlighted, I pull the switch, it changes it to H. Now back out of there. Now with that position being down, now push it down, my motor is on. Okay, pull it up, nothing's happening. Okay, so that's the way I'm going to leave it. With the switch up, that means my throttle cut is on. Nothing's happening. Push it down, or I'm down with throttle, or I'm on, and then hear the motors. All right, and while we're at that, let me show you something. I know that my ESCs were 100% calibrated because throttle cut is off so that they're live. Kind of keep an eye on the throttle here. Watch this throttle and watch that motor. I just barely touch it, and I've got immediate thrust, so I know they're calibrated. If they weren't calibrated, I'd be going up almost maybe a third or so before I got anything. So I know they're calibrated. So motor off. All right, so now we've got rates, and we've got a throttle cut set. Okay, now let's look at a timer. I'm going to set my model for a 5-minute timer, because that's what they recommend. All right, so you're going to go here, down here, timer. Okay, it's already set for 5 minutes. I'm going to leave that alone. Then I'm going to go to next. Now I like to have audio cutouts, callouts. So I'm going to change this to voice, to like voice. Next one I like voice. Well, I like voice for all these. Except this one here, time expired. I want not only the voice, but I want it to vibrate also, saying you land your freaking plane, right? All right, voice 2. All right, now listen to that. Hear that? That's going to drive me nuts. Now that would drive you nuts too. So what I do is I go down here to this next screen. See all these things here? Inhibit them all. I just like them hit them that way. I don't have to listen to that noise. All right, now let's talk about CG. CG on this little plane is 30 millimeters. That black dot is what I put there. 30 millimeters back from there. So if you take one of these fancy devices, like a caliper, find yourself 30. Okay. There's 30. And looky there. That's exactly, so just find yourself 30, take a Sharpie and put that on there. And that way I can put my fingers on them black dots there, or put a thumbtack or whatever, and she's just about perfect. Now they say, well, great, you already got your battery in there. Yes, I'm running a 1300, okay, a 1300 Arrows RC 3S. Now, remember we said that it has an XT60 or an XT30. Let me show you what that looks like. See? This battery is a very common XT60 typical. I think these are like $11, okay? This is the biggest battery you can put in this plane, okay? This is the adapter that I bought. Now, if I didn't have this adapter, then that means I've got to find a 3S battery with an itty-bitty connection like that. All right, so these are the adapters. I want to say I got 4 for like $8, okay? And they just simply make your EC30 take an XT60, or your XT30 take an XT60 3-cell battery, and you ain't got to buy a bunch of 3S batteries that have XT30s, then you can only use them for this plane. So, or any plane that has an XT30. Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. We've gone over CG. Like I said, that's where I put the Lemon RX Gen 2. I got the one antenna going this way and the one antenna going straight back. That puts them at 90 degrees between, and that's the Velcro that comes in the plane. I really can't say much more about it. It's just a simple little plane, 4-channel control. It's a good looking little plane, and I think we'll get her out later on today and hopefully get you made. Let me move the camera. Hold on to your lunch. Okay. Well, anyways, I want to thank you for watching. This is Fat Guy Flies RC saying God bless y'all. And Banana Hobby, thank you for the little P-68. We'll get her out and get it made for y'all. And made for my viewers. Okay, God bless y'all. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and little planes. Bye-bye.